Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Approach Fitness, a wellness company. Today we're talking about dressing for success and dressing as your future self and why it's so important. We're going to jump right in today. We're going to just jump right in. So get comfortable, get settled, and enjoy today's episode. So it all started with years ago. Actually, it all started with last night. I was figuring out what my work week looked like, and it reminded me of years ago. I used to pick out 5 outfits for the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I would iron them. I would get them ready. I would hang them up, and then it would always be based on what I was doing for the week. Now, I don't do that anymore because, of course, I work from home, and when I'm with my clients, I'm either in my workout wear. It just is different. Completely different. But it made me pause and reflect last night when what I used to do versus where I'm going. You see, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. Even yesterday, I've grown. So in all likelihood, the same is true for you. You are a human living on this planet, and therefore it's almost impossible to avoid changing in some way, shape, or form. So change is inevitable, right? Whether we're on board for the change or not, change is inevitable. We all change. And, when we refuse to change, it's because we have the mindset that leads to regression, which means, yes, even regression is change because you're not growing. And you often hear that people don't change. And, that, my friend, is crap, outright crap. Every new experience, good or bad, every new thing we see or hear or learn is an opportunity to grow and to change. Every single person that we encounter in our day-to-day lives is indeed changing us in some way or another. So if you're thinking right now that you are absolutely the same person that you've always been, think again. Examine your life a little bit more closely. Sure, there may be an essence of who you are is the same, or you physically may not have changed that much. Your core values are likely the same, although those can change too. But there are so many details that have changed that you wouldn't have noticed until now. So why are we talking about change when I said this episode is about dressing for success? You ready? Do you dress the same as you have your whole life? Do you eat the same? Do you enjoy the same old things? Do you spend time with the same people than when you were 20 years old? Are the things that were important to you in your 20s still a priority to you today? Do you see what I mean here? Do you see where we're going? You do change. Change is 100% possible. And here's the cool thing. Once you're aware of your ability to change, you can take charge and steer the change in the direction you want to go. So where is this leading to? Who is your future self? What does she look like? What does she feel like? We're gonna dive in a little bit deeper here, because the first things first, before you can live like your future self each day, you need to know how you want your future self to be. So I've got a couple questions I want you to think about. What will your life look like? What will you be working? Will you be working or not? What will you be working on? How do you spend your free time? What does fun to your future self look like? How do you spend your days? What does your routine look like? Oh my gosh, my routine has changed so much. We'll come back to that. How do you treat your physical body? Do you eat and move with intention? Do you move and exercise? Do you eat and drink? What do you wear? How do you dress? How do you present yourself to the world? How do you think? And how do you feel about yourself and your life every single day? So once you have a clear picture of exactly what you want your future self to be, now you have to get there. So the quickest way of getting there is to start by being who that person is now in the present every single day. Imagine how amazing it would be and it would feel to show up for yourself every day as the person that you want to be, as opposed to the person you are right now. Showing up each day as the next level of you isn't fake or inauthentic. Inauthentic? Anyways, you know what I'm saying. It's actually more authentic than you can be, than you realize, because you are being true to what you want to grow into. Start showing up for yourself as if you already are the woman or the man that you inspired to be. Now, I'm going to say women for the rest of this because women are my target audience. Women are the people that normally listen to my podcast, but you never know. So I did throw a comment there about a man, but it works for men too, okay? Start showing up as the person you aspire to be. Doing that on the daily creates a pattern. A pattern creates a habit, and a new habit creates neutral neural pathways in your brain to make it reality. Now, you're familiar with this because you've heard people say, if you tell the lie over and over again, it becomes truth. It becomes your truth. And this is the same way here. If you start dressing for success, if you start thinking about the person that you want to be in your future, and you start authentically living that life, you will start to believe it and then you will own it. And that's how it becomes your reality. Because you are breaking the habits of your current you by building the habits of the future you. So without breaking down and insulting your current patterns of behavior, you can gently move forward towards your future self. I'm not going to tap into right now about what your future self looks like, well, you know what? Let's go there. Let's talk about some strategies to help you get there. Okay. So I wasn't going to go here, but let's do it. I was going to talk about something a little bit different. So how to live like your future self. So now that you've determined who she is and how she wants to feel, it's time to do the work. It's time to figure out what it would take to live like your future self. And it's going to be uncomfortable knowing that going in, but you are so worth it. And we can do hard things, my friends. We can certainly do hard things. Hard things are hard, but we're capable of dressing and doing hard things. So write it down. For anybody who's a journal, a planner, it's super helpful to write down your focus and to hold yourself accountable with a habit tracker. Think of it as your own personal roadmap to your awesome future self. Describe in detail the woman you want to be and the life you are going to be living. Write down the habits and the behaviors that you want to focus on changing. It could be as simple as your wardrobe, since today we're talking about dressing for success. And as we're talking about dressing for success, I am wearing my beautiful bright pink Zaya pants and a chocolate brown tank with the intentions of working out. That's why I am dressed like this. This is the exact reason. So write down your habits and behaviors that you want to focus on changing and schedule your future activities in your planner. Write about how it feels once you begin to live your day as your future you. I have something here I want to share with you. And before we go too far and I finish what I wanted to share with you today, I actually am going to share with you something I've put together that I keep on my desk and I read out loud every day. And it does not include dressing, but it includes a lot of other things. So we're going to go there. All of my wishes come true. I give thanks that everything I dream of and more is now a reality. I feel warm gratitude, bubbling excitement, and deep faith throughout my mind and body. I nurture all of my dreams, knowing that by doing so, I am tending to the garden of my wishes. And I have another post-it note beside me that say, all of my wishes come true. And these are my goals by the end of December 2022. Whether or not they happen by that deadline or not, they are happening. I promise you this. So all of my wishes come true. So I just stated that I am grateful for all of my wishes coming true. And now I am stating what my wishes are. I am paid to do public speaking gigs. I get to do more dancing and more nights out. Lots of invitations with friends to meet new people and to have fun. A full calendar of paid clients. A 3-month waiting list, traveling more, holidays, vacations, exploring, personal alone time, space in my calendar, time with my family and friends, and my business generating $10,000 a month in income. This is the power of writing it down. I can tell you, since I've done this, I have space in my calendar, personal alone time, time with my family and friends. I have traveled to BC and back, and I have gone to a Luke Combs concert, which meant dancing all night long. So there are some things on this list that are already being checked off. And that's why I wanted to share this with you. Write it down. Say, do, and be as your future self. And this does include dressing like her, but I'm going to talk about that specifically right after I talk about this. Be constantly mindful and aware of your behaviors, your responses, and your speech. Base every choice you make on whether or not your future self will do that thing. Live your future self. Live like her all of the time. What would she be reading? What types of social media would she be consuming? What accounts would she follow or unfollow? Would your future you pound down a bag of chips at midnight? Would your future you follow a morning routine that makes her happy? Would she respond in anger over something irrelevant? Or would she bite her tongue? Would your future self zone out on the couch or get stuff done? Or is there healthy balance in between the two? I would recommend that you choose 1 or 2 habits to focus on. Once you've changed those patterns and made them automatic, move to 2 more, and so on and so on. Just like my wish list here, my goals. They're not all happening yet, but they're happening. And I see them happening. And I get so excited to know that I am checking things off because I know the rest are going to happen. And as I do every check mark or every highlight or every circle, I am being grateful for what it is that I have received already. And I am making room via gratitude for more to come. So the point is, always be mindful of what your future you would do in any given situation or every single thing. Now, we're going to specifically get into dressing for your future self, not just me and my yoga wear, workout wear, whatever you want to label it. I know that I've said this probably 100 times in the past, but what you wear matters. Your clothing has a direct impact on how you look, but it also has an impact on how you feel and how you show up in the world. Put thought into how your future self will dress and what the pieces she will have in her closet. Start putting together daily outfits based on what makes you feel happy, beautiful, and badass. I'm going there. Badass. I said it again. Does your future self spend an entire day in a coffee-stained t-shirt and scruffy slippers? I don't think so. Guys, I even dress up when I'm working from home, and I feel amazing on the days when I dress up. I love playing dress up. Not only am I stepping into the success of the future version of me, it's the confidence. It's the certainty. It's the image that I am portraying to myself, and it has a completely different impact. It helps me stay focused. Of course, life happens, but don't allow life to derail your dreams. You're going to have a crap fantastic day, where life just goes to hell in a handbasket, or you're completely thrown off your game, and it's going to be easy to slip into a space where it doesn't serve you. Old habits, old ways of thinking, doing, but don't get trapped there. Take a couple deep breaths, do some meditation, reach out to some friends, be honest and real with yourself, but don't stop there. Pick yourself off, dust yourself off, and start again. Shower yourself in with some glorious beauty. You can do better next time. Learn from what went wrong. Write it down, think, reflect, feel. Then reset your focus. Remind yourself of your reasons of why you're doing what you're doing and what your future self would like to see different. Because, my friend, you are so, so, so worth it. I talk about this so much more in my Essentially You workshop, where I help you identify which colors to wear in your energy types and why you are the person you are and what you can do about it and how it can make a difference. I'm actually going to add the link to this where you can just pay for the on-demand course and check it out for yourself, because it is fantastic. And once you learn which colors light you up, it makes the process a little bit easier for dressing like your future self. And my question to you now is, what action are you going to take? Are you going to go through your closet? Are you going to, I noticed this last week. It's not the winter that makes me sad. It's the lack of sundresses. It's the lack of feeling feminine. It's, being cold and cozy. And yes, I live in Canada, but in the summer, I am wearing dresses and I am feeling feminine and my hair's done a certain way. And I'm not doing that so much in the winter because I don't have the wardrobe for it right now, especially since I've been dressing my truth and I've been wearing my colors and I've reshaped my closet. But I can tell you this, every single woman on my vision board, she is either in a dress or in fitness wear. And how fitting is that? So I challenge you to dress for success today. Dress for the person that you want to be. Think about that. Let me know what strategy you're going to walk away with. I will add the Essentially You download because it is phenomenal. And my friends, you're going to laugh when you see the picture, but that princess dress, that is exactly what I want to be wearing on the daily. Okay, my beautiful souls, you have an amazing day. I will chat with you soon. And I look forward to hearing what it is that you are going to do first. Okay, bye guys. I just waved. You didn't see me. Make it a fantastic day.